The Sandstone Trail, a 34-mile or 55-kilometre long hiking route that runs across the picturesque English countryside, starting in Frodsham and finishing in Whitchurch. With the trail running through Cheshire, it was only right I give it a go being from there. I love these types of adventures. Last minute, out of nowhere, pack your stuff and just go. The majority of sane people usually complete the trail within 2 to 3 days. A pleasant scenic stroll along the green pastures, you might say. But not this guy Liam. He'll be doing it in 12 hours. Originally, I was going to split the trip into 2 days. Wild camp the first night and have it pretty easy going into the next day. I was halfway through the backpacking trip. I wasn't satisfied and I needed a challenge, so I came up with the brilliant idea to finish it in one go. Oh, by the way, here in the UK, it gets dark at like 4 PM during winter, so the last 12 miles were in the dark. I wanted to know if I could do 34 miles in just 12 hours. It was an early wake up, 5 AM to be precise. I had to get a train to the start point, which was Frodsham. I had the best nap ever for the 40 minutes that it took to get there. I got off at the train station, had a minute to myself, and set off for what I thought was going to be a pretty easy 2-day backpacking trip. So the trail follows a sandstone ridge that runs through the centre of Cheshire from north to south. This is the start of the Sandstone Trail through the beautiful British or English countryside. It's not even, I'm in England, alright? I'm English. I'm patriotic like that. No, I'm joking. We're all British, right? But yeah, this is like a golf course. Rolling hills, kinda. I've been following this hedgerow. The actual trails on that side, you can see where the fence is there. Following it round, and I guess we're heading down that way. That little dog tried to attack me, which was nice of him, or her. So yeah, let's get back on the trail and just keep going. So on the route then, we're going to be looking for markers like that. Really easily signposted. If I'm not mistaken, the Sandstone Trail, it was actually created in 1974. With it being January, there were no leaves on the trees and it gave off a pretty eerie feeling, especially because I was the only person around for what seemed like miles. It may have been winter, but the countryside was alive. The sounds of birds chirping, cows feeding in farmers' fields, and pheasants just running around. It was great. Oh, and this happened too. This was in the space of a couple minutes. I could not believe what I was seeing. There's a fox right there just sitting down watching me. What are the chances of that? There's a fox again, another one. Look, what are the chances? What the actual... That was like a big dog, that'll kill me, that will. Look. I'd come across sandstone markers like this quite frequently. It was nice to know how many miles I had left, and the trail was actually kept in really good condition. After dodging angry bulls and avoiding being electrocuted by farmers' fences, I worked up a little bit of an appetite, so I decided to have a little break. It wasn't long before I reached Delamere Forest. At 2,400 acres, it's Cheshire's largest forest. I used to come here as a kid, so the pathways were pretty familiar to me. Wow, look at that. So that's why that is called the Cheshire Plains, because it's just flat. You get the odd hill in the distance, and them hills over there, we're actually heading that way. That's like Beeston Castle and Petherton Castle. They were like old castles in the medieval times, built a few hundred years ago, so yeah, on we go to that way. So this moment right here is why I love being spontaneous. You just gotta say yes and go for it. So my plan was to do about 22 miles today, and tomorrow we'll do the remaining 12, I think it is. You know, like a really easy day tomorrow. I'd camp tonight, just get nice rest. But I don't know, it's a bit boring for me, that like it's just too easy. And I think the most I did on backpacking Britain was about 26 miles, I want to say. I've never done 34 miles in a day. So it just means, it's just a video's sake. The only reason I was going to like camp overnight is because it gets dark at like 4:20 in the UK right now. So, you know, it's just crap for filming, basically. Boring stuff, right? But shall I do it? It's just a challenge. Like, I've got my hat, put my coat on, get a bit warm. It's doable. I've just done the math. It's 1 p.m. right now. It's 22 miles left. If I'm going roughly 3 miles per hour, that gives me about 6 to 7 hours of walking time. I could do like 4 miles per hour, but that's pushing it. Plus I've got to record and stuff like that. So by the time I could get back home I could finish at 8 p.m, let's say, just add an hour onto it, just for, you know, a bit of leeway. So yeah, 8 p.m, I could be home for like 9 p.m. If I kept going now, limited stops, I can eat on the go, drink on the go, pee on the go. 34 miles in one day, that is a lot. That is a lot. I'm gonna regret this, probably. My legs are aching a little bit now and I've only done 12 or 13 miles. Fuck it. Alright. Well, I'm gonna give it a go, but we'll see. If not, I can camp. But that's a last resort. That's only for the weak people. Alright, cool. Let's head to the hills and Beeston Castle. That was it then. It was time to get a move on and put the miles in while I still had light on my side. So where we are right now then on the walk, it's probably the lowest in elevation that we're gonna be on. So it just means that this land it's more liable to like flooding and holding water like that. Not very good. Slipping and sliding everywhere. It's a useful gate. Like, can you imagine? So Beeston Castle is literally just there. So that was built a few hundred years ago. Can you imagine the enemy soldiers having to wade through all this shit just to get to that? I'd turn back. If I was here, I'd be like, oh no, I'm done. See you later. Just gone 3 p.m. and I don't know if you can see it behind me, right there. That's Beeston Castle, so just made it to there. Feeling it a little bit, but it was alright actually. From Delamere to Beeston, other than that like boggy pathway I had to turn back on, it was alright. Quick water break, something to eat, get going. Just resting my shoulders right now. 1 minute left and I'm gone. Just yeah, full. It's like, I don't mind when the soil it's like mud, normal mud, and it just comes off, but that's clay. It's just slippy as anything. It's so annoying. I was so tempted to stop for a beer in a local pub, but unfortunately it was closed. Probably good that it was, to be honest. So I kept going until I found a bench to have a quick snack on. I ate my chicken mayo wrap with a view of Beeston Castle. Built in the 1200s and was part of a siege during the Civil War in the 1600s. So much history right in front of me. Got the puffy on. It's getting a bit cool. It's like 10 to 4 right now. Yeah, it's going a bit dark. Slightly dull. So I'd say half an hour, 40 minutes max of sunlight, and then we're walking in the dark. Feeling good. I think we've got about 11, possibly 10 miles left. Arrival said about, I think it said about 8:30ish, so maybe with a couple sit downs or whatever, rests, say 9. I'll be home for like 10 maybe. I love a challenge, I love it. This is what walks like this are made for. Not long after, I started to feel the ache in the legs. All I could do was get on with it, get in the zone, and just keep going. Torch is out. Looks like a scary movie, kind of. I just passed the church as well. That's kind of weird. But 3 hours left. Officially dark. Exposure turn right up. Torch is out. I'm going to show you how bright it goes down these dark lanes. So I don't advise without a torch because it's pretty dangerous. Even with this, it's not good. But yeah, at least I can actually see stuff. So part of the route that the sandstone trail's taken me on is it's down this like really so dark, this country lane. And vehicles keep coming up and down. Luckily I've got this torch, otherwise I'd be squashed. So I'm literally just I've got to run. See, there's a car behind me right now. It's so awkward. Dangerous. Legs are killing. Never felt pain like this. But that's why I'm doing it, I suppose. You got to try it once. You're probably thinking, Liam, why didn't you just camp, mate, and just relax and enjoy it? I'm thinking the same thing right now. But I'll probably update you in half an hour. Can you see me? Let me, that's where we are. I swear, if someone bumps into me now, they're gonna think I'm like a murderer, I swear. This lane's alright. I haven't seen any cars down it, but I can hear quite a busy road. I think I have to cross one soon, so it's gonna be fun. Have a look at that. 3 miles. 27 minutes until finished. If I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying right now. Honestly, do not walk over 20 miles. There's no need to. At least, I've always wanted to do it over 30 odd miles with weight on my back. And at least I know how it feels now, and it's not good. It's not clever. It doesn't make you hard. It makes you cry inside. This is what I'm doing. I've got my backpack sat down. I've just been stretching my back. My body is giving up on me. This easy backpacking trip turned out to be a proper challenge. It was one of the most rewarding things I've done in a long time. Yes, let's train. Definitely have the most fun when I throw myself into the deep end and get out of my comfort zone. Challenge done. At least I never have to do that again. Change of plan then, so I don't have to get a train. My brother's picking me up, so I was lucky. Round. Oh, I can barely walk.